Hi, my name is Guillermo, and I'm a medical student of Universidad Autónoma de Guadalajara. I'm in sixth semester, and right now I'm doing my internship in Clínica 14 of the Instituto Mexicano del Seguro Social. Having access to public healthcare is very important because everybody needs medical attention in some point of their lives, and then sometimes you don't have the media to pay this service, because sometimes when you have a big disease, sometimes you don't have the money that is needed for the treatment of that disease, so you need to use the public health service. You must have access to this service. This has benefited me as I'm a user of this service. Sometimes when I'm sick, I go to this service to get treatment, to have like a health. Sometimes when you feel so bad, you have to go to the hospital because there's no solution just with a little pill or something. It has benefited the country in so important way, because in Mexico we have like a lot of people that doesn't have enough money to treat their diseases. So this country really needs like a public health service, but sometimes it's not so good as it seems, because the government doesn't afford the necessary needs for this service, and sometimes it's so deficient. The biggest problem of this service is talking about money, talking about the government. Like that our governors doesn't afford the money that is really needed for this service, because as I said before, some diseases really need a big amount of money to be treated. So if the government doesn't apply some techniques to improve a better public service, and giving the things that are needed, and even though doesn't stealing money or spending it in other things that are not so important as the health of a person, so we could have like a nice healthcare service in the public way, and we don't have to wait a lot of time in line to be attended, maybe just waiting to have some treatment that it maybe exists in another country, but Mexico cannot buy it because there are no money for public health. There are two things that are very important to be improved in public healthcare. The first one is the resources that some hospitals doesn't have to give the attention that some people need, on their diseases, and sometimes the resources, talking about money, because sometimes the hospital doesn't have the enough money to afford the resources that are needed in every hospital. And the second thing is the crew that works in some hospitals. Sometimes when the hospital doesn't have some specifications about getting people to this service, the people sometimes doesn't have like the real knowledge about this. And when you are working on a hospital, you really need to have like, the really compromise that this thing implies to work in a hospital, and really give like the great attention that every patient needs every day. So this is a life work. So every time you are working on this, you really have to compromise with all your patients every day, and you have to be compromised with your work, that you are really gonna do it in the good way, and you're not gonna do like bad things, because if you do bad things, like the patients can die. So every time that you work, you have to be compromised about this. Thank you so much for interviewing me, and I hope I have like really answered all your questions about this public healthcare service.